Hello my friends! In today's video we will take a look at DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. As the Pro designation suggests, this is probably the biggest generational upgrade in the history of the Osmo Action series. To a certain extent it is a successor of the Action 4, but it is also a more high-end option despite that the price is, in my opinion, really good. I've actually been using it for about 6 weeks, so in this video I would like to share my experiences with DJI's latest and greatest action camera. The form factor is pretty much identical to the Osmo Action 3 and 4. The only minor difference is the slightly different shape of the front screen. That is great because all of your accessories will still work. Despite that it might be the most powerful action camera on the market, more on that later, it is also one of the smallest. It is 7 cm wide and it weighs 146 grams. It is noticeably smaller than the GoPro cameras or Insta360 Ace Pro for example. The front side and the edges are rubberized, which improves the grip and minimizes the damage in case of an impact. The rubberized surface has a new stone-like pattern which looks really nice in my opinion. It is water resistant up to 20 meters without the case. A novelty is pressure sensor which works as an altimeter or depth gauge. The lens cover uses a simple thread and it can be replaced. Osmo Action 4 filters will work with Action 5 Pro. Overall it feels very solid and sturdy. I don't have any complaints regarding the build quality. Osmo Action 5 Pro uses a new 1/1.3 inch sensor, probably with 40 megapixel resolution. That is a very large sensor by action camera standards. Much like in previous Osmo Action cameras, it is combined with an extremely wide lens with 155 degrees field of view and f2.8 aperture. That ultra-wide field of view is still one of the most important aspects of the Action 5 Pro. The difference is that if you want a narrower field of view, the image quality decrease caused by the crop is pretty much negligible thanks to the high resolution of the sensor. Standard or dewarp mode is kind of considered the default, which definitely increases the versatility of the 5 Pro. Regarding the image quality, it is excellent. DJI has proven many times before that they can get excellent 4K video quality out of high-resolution sensors, and that is certainly the case here. The amount of detail might be the best that I have seen in a 4K action camera video so far. Action 5 Pro has all of the image quality settings, which are very important, but this time the image quality is actually brilliant with default settings. The new sensor should provide 13.5 stops of dynamic range, which is an outstanding value for an action camera, and I can say that the dynamic range is very well judged even in the standard color mode. I still don't think that DJI is using local tone mapping, which is the way I prefer it. The colors are still pretty natural by action camera standards, so I am happy with that as well. The 5 Pro can also shoot proper HLG HDR video. It can shoot 4K up to 120p, and I am happy to report that the image quality at high frame rates is as good as at 25p. As I've already mentioned, one of the main benefits of the new high-resolution sensor is that the narrower field of view options still come with outstanding image quality. Another benefit of that large sensor should be the low light performance. By action camera standards, it performs very well in the low light. There will still be noise or loss of detail, but this footage is still one of the best of all action cameras on the market. There is also a low light image enhancement function which reduces the noise a little bit, and it improves the white balance. It is not a night and day difference, but I recommend leaving it on. Claimed minimum focus distance is 35 cm. According to my testing, that is where you will indeed get full sharpness. Importantly, it is perfectly usable for filming yourself without getting the beauty filter effect caused by minimum focus distance. This is definitely an upgrade over the 3 and 4, and for me personally a very welcome one. Overall, I am very happy with the video quality. Larger sensor supported by a high-resolution sensor and 4nm system on chip provides very detailed and naturally looking video. It is complemented by very nice colors and great dynamic range, which results in outstanding overall image quality. 5 Pro features rock-steady digital image stabilization. DJI as well as other companies have been working on the stabilization for many years, and to be honest, the differences are quite minor nowadays. As expected, it is an excellent stabilization system. Static shots look like on a tripod and panning is very smooth. Walking or even running also looks really good, which is partially achieved by that wide field of view. It works great overall, as expected from a high-end action camera in 2024. 5 Pro is also among the best when it comes to the low light stabilization, which probably has something to do with the larger sensor. Rocksteady Plus is also available, which is even more effective mode, but it introduces a larger crop. It also offers horizon balancing up to 45 degrees, which means that you can roll the camera up to 45 degrees and still get a leveled horizon. An underrated feature of Osmo Action cameras is gyro data capture, as I have explained in my Action 4 review, which will be linked in the description. Osmo Action 5 Pro can also take excellent 40 megapixel stills. 40 megapixels is 4 times the resolution of the Action 4, and the difference in amount of detail is indeed huge. RAWs are available as well, and they capture excellent amount of information. Another highlight of the Action 5 Pro are the displays. It uses an OLED display on the front side and the back side. These are by far the best action camera displays that I've seen so far. The rear screen has narrower bezels, so it is larger at 2.5 inches. Both OLED screens have about 330 ppi resolution, which is excellent. The brightness is also more than sufficient on both, so there aren't really any downsides to the OLED technology this time around. The front 1.46-inch screen is touch sensitive as well, so you can control basically all of the settings through the front screen as well. Another worthy addition is the always on mode, which offers various types of information where the camera is turned off. All displays are a step above all other action camera displays that I have ever used, and a huge strength of the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Big thumbs up. The user interface is, in my opinion, still one of the best. First of all, it is probably the fastest that I've seen on an action camera so far. Most importantly, starting and stopping recording as well as taking stills is very fast. It uses the usual swipe gestures and well-organized main menu. Everything is relatively easy to find. All of the items are sufficiently large, so it is fairly easy to operate in the difficult conditions or even with gloves. I am generally very happy with the user interface. The user interface on the front screen is basically taken from Action 2, which means that it can control almost everything. That is very convenient, for example, for mounted use with restricted access to the main screen. The physical controls follow the same philosophy, which means that all control elements are easy to access. Osmo Action 5 Pro uses the updated version of Mimo app, much like other DJI handheld devices. The user interface is very clean and everything is easy to find. All of the settings that are available in the camera are also available through the app. A big improvement is the upgrade to 6 GHz Wi-Fi, which increases wireless transfer speeds from 30 MB per second to 80 MB per second. Wired and OTG transfer has been upgraded to USB 3.0 standard. Another very nice benefit is 47 GB of built-in storage in case that you have forgotten to insert an SD card. Much like with the Osmo Action 4, the audio quality with the integrated microphone is very decent and more than good enough for all-round use, but the biggest highlight of the Action 5 Pro is definitely how it can work together with the DJI Mike 2. DJI Mike 2 is now pretty much an industry standard for content creation and journalism, and having an option to connect it directly to the camera without any dongles or adapters is definitely a major selling point of the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Another novelty is that you can connect two Mic 2s to the camera, which is very useful for interviews. I am generally a big fan of the whole Mic 2 system, and I will make a dedicated video on this channel about DJI Mic 2 in the near future. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro comes with a new 1950 mAh batteries. These have the same form factor as the old Action 3 and 4 batteries, just the capacity is increased. Old batteries will still work in the 5 Pro and the new batteries will work with Action 3 and probably 4. I was able to get 3.5 hours of 4K 25p video with stabilization on a full charge, which is an incredible result and by far the best that I've ever recorded. You can also get 140 minutes with the old battery, which is still a fantastic battery life. The heat resistance is another big strength of the Action 5 Pro. I've taken clips up to 1 hour long and it wasn't even warm. To be honest, I don't know what are the 5 Pro's limits at the moment. To sum up, DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro is an outstanding action camera. It has a couple of unique advantages and basically no weaknesses that I can think of. First of all, the image quality is excellent thanks to that new high-resolution sensor and tasteful processing. Image stabilization, frame rates, and stills image quality are great as well. It is one of the smallest action cameras on the market and the build quality is great. Both the front and the rear displays are the best on the market. The battery life is outstanding, so is the heat resistance, the user experience is exceptionally responsive, and it even has integrated storage. As I've said, I can't really think of anything that I would improve at this stage of technology. I was actually very surprised by the price of the 5 Pro. I actually thought that it would be $200 or euros more expensive. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro is an excellent action camera and I highly recommend it. That's really all that I have to say. So that's it for this video, thank you for watching, I hope that you liked this video and that you found it to be useful. Stay tuned for more videos and maybe consider subscribing if you don't want to miss my future content. I appreciate your feedback in form of thumbs up or thumbs down. If you would like to ask anything or share your opinion, please do so in the comment section and see you next time.